going on? What's happening? Can any black person move to Atlanta and be successful? In my opinion, no. You have to be a certain type of black person to live in Atlanta. Straight up. Like I'm gonna give you a few, I'm gonna give you like a background of who and what I am, and then you can kind of understand, my take on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a tree hugger. I'm a vegetarian. I'm all for the upliftment and empowerment of black people. I want us to be sovereign, autonomous. I want us to eventually have our own. My perfect world would be where my melanated people are around me and we all get along. And it's just that plain and simple. So when I went down to Atlanta, being the type of mentality that, being that I have this particular type of mentality, you know what I'm saying? Some may say I'm a pro-black, I'm too black and all the rest of that stuff. But being that I took this mentality down to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't right. It didn't fit for me. You see, in order to live in Atlanta and to make it and be successful and have friends and navigate through the city, you got to be a real superficial person, a real materialistic person. And if you don't have that in you, then you're not going to make it. You have to be willing to step out of your front door every day and see your black people that look like you, homeless, children, homeless, families, homeless, begging for money. And I'm talking about at the most awkward places, like on bridges and shit and highways. You got to be willing to negate that. That's real talk. In other words, you got to be an overall selfish person. You can't be, like all about the people and caring about, your black people and the black race and all of that, unless it's within your circle. Then you care a little bit. But outside of your circle, you think as an individual, well, he must have did something wrong. She must have did something wrong. And that's the reason why they're homeless. So that's the reason why they're where they at. And it's a shame that a lot of black people think that way that's down there. That we've taken on the role of our oppressor. So now we oppress ourselves down there in Atlanta. And I know we're going to go with the whole thing of, man, Langston, you always making these videos and you act like it's just Atlanta. We have these problems everywhere, this and that, so forth. And yeah, true. But let me tell you something. Let me give you an example. Let me think of somewhere where they have problems at, you know what I'm saying? Little Rock, Arkansas, right? They probably had these same type of problems like Atlanta. But nobody is saying Little Rock, Arkansas is lit. We need to move down there. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying Little Rock, Arkansas is the black Mecca. Nobody's saying that Little Rock, Arkansas is the solution or is the overall solution to black people. And once you get down to Little Rock, Arkansas, you'll be all right. And that's the point that I'm making. That's what they're saying about Atlanta, though. See, I'm attacking the hype. I'm attacking the people that big up Atlanta. But when you get down there, you see Atlanta for what it is. That plain and simple. The point that I want to make to you is you need to listen, do your research, so that you won't make the mistake of going down there and learning on your own, because you're going to burn up some money. You're going to burn up some money. If you're not a superficial, materialistic person, you're just going to burn up money. I went down there and had a shock of my motherfucking life. I never thought in my wildest fucking dreams And I've met some of the worst people on the planet. I never thought in my, and I lived in New York. I was born in New York. I've met some of the worst people in my motherfucking life. And I never thought that I could meet people prior to me moving to Atlanta that was worse than the people that I met prior to me moving to Atlanta. Boy, oh boy, moved down to Atlanta, and goddamn it, I'm telling you, this is my word. I swear to you, if there ever, how can I put it? There are black devils in Atlanta. I'll put it to you like that. Like, I ain't on this kumbaya shit, you know what I'm saying? I know that black people could do wrong and all the rest of that shit, but that Atlanta down there, boy, that's something different. That's something different. When you talk about the P. Diddy parties and shit, Atlanta been having them type of parties. Man, let's just be real. Like, yo, seriously, let's really kick it. Y'all heard the stories? The stories are true, though. I live down there. I know it. Not that I know it because I was part of it. No. I was there to actually see it. It's true. There are a lot of men down there that on the DL. And I just don't understand. I really don't. Like, yo, if you about that life, then just live it. Don't try to sugarcoat it and hide it. It's true. It's normal to get, yo, seriously, it's normal to get approached by the alphabet community. Even if you're a masculine man. Matter of fact, it's their goal to try to transform your more than meets the eye Transformers. You know them him downstairs in disguise. Yo, but it's the truth. For real, they get down worse than Chris Brown. When he was like, I could transform you, they try to transform you. That's real talk. Nobody want to talk about that. I live down there. I know what goes down. Yo, everybody knows. Everybody knows. The ones that lived in Atlanta, or that's one from Atlanta, you know good and goddamn well. I'm going to say this for the 18,000th time. You know good and goddamn well not to be caught in Piedmont Park after dark. You know it. You know that, the swindlers and the scammers and him downstairs, the alphabet community, all of them reside in Buckhead. In Atlanta city limits is a thing called classism. And then outside of 285, there's a thing called racism. You know that if you black, you don't supposed to have your ass nowhere near Forsyth County. Come on. They don't have those generals and what's the generals and the soldiers, the Confederate soldiers and generals carved in Stone Mountain for no reason. I went down there, man. I'm not even lying. I lived down there from like 2016 to 2018 to 2020, something like that, for 3 years, close to 3 years. And I'm not lying. Like that back, man, this ain't been that too long. It's not been that long. And I had dreads. They were way more longer than this. I was working on, this is like my fourth, set of dreads. You know what I'm saying? And I know what you're going to say. Oh, man, you went down there and you didn't get it retwisted and it was just looking nappy. And that's the reason why. It don't matter. Whatever the fuck you want to say. The stereotypes are real. People were looking at me like, why are you here? Because I never lived in the city limits of Atlanta. I lived in like Sandy Springs and Marietta. So Cobb County and Fulton, but North Fulton County. I stay right off of Roswell Street in Sandy Springs. So I ain't stay in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to YMCA in Buckhead, and I had a hard time there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very open. And I don't mean open that way. I'm talking about open meaning that, yo, seriously, I'm gonna put you in check. I'm blunt. And they ain't like me. They ain't like me there. Oh, here go the smart nigga. Yeah, you right. You right. Used to go there and I never forget it. The Caucasian was like, and I'm like, is this 2000? Are we in 1964 or some shit? The Caucasian was like, yo, why do you wear your hair like that? What? But then, I got an attitude, I said a little smart shit or whatever have you. And then, I realized, maybe some of them are not racist because, I mean, come on. And every day on the news, you see people like me that got dreads. He shot this person, killed this person, robbed that person or whatever. See, I got to say it for the sake of the conversation. I don't like saying it, but I'm old school. And when you wore these things, back in the days, it was either you could dance, you know how to dance, you know what I'm saying? Or you was about, on some spiritual shit. Or you was Rasta. It wasn't that you wore these because you were a drug dealer. Because you robbed people, whatever. And this is what I don't like about this new generation. Because they just took, locks, dreads, whatever you want to call it, and redefined it. So I was one of the dudes that, wore dreads, and I was, all about the knowledge and shit. But that's not the picture that's being painted in Atlanta. When you look on the news, it's people like me that got dreads, you know what I'm saying? Same skin complexion that you see on the news, shooting and killing, robbing and all the rest of that shit. Ain't nowhere safe in Atlanta as well as Metro Atlanta. Nowhere. But it's cool. It's cool if you're a wolf. It's cool if you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. But if you a sheep, woo-wee, you better be prepared for somebody to bite your fucking head off. That's real shit. That's real. And you talking about entertainment. What kind of entertainment is down there? They got hookah lounges. That's supposed to be clubs. How you gonna be able to meet and greet or you know what I'm saying? Like get involved with, the clubs is like you got hookah, you got booths that you can rent out. First of all, let me rewind that. This is some crazy shit to me. You gotta pay to park. You might have to pay fucking $50 for a parking space. And then you frugal with your shit. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna show you how frugal you can be. You know what I'm saying? And how frugal can get your ass into spending more money. You say, fuck it, I'm gonna park a couple blocks down. You park a couple blocks down, niggas is looking. The wolves are out. They peeping you. You come back staggering, drunk or whatever, they stick up, kid. You better hope they don't take you up out of here. So it doesn't pay to be frugal in Atlanta. You better fucking park right there where they say to park at. And you got to pay $50, $100. Right where the Atlanta cops at. And that could, motherfuckers, you act like, please, they don't give a fuck if the cops are there either. But you may be a tad bit more safer. Then once you go in the club, they got nothing but booths. You got to rent those shits out. And the booths come along with the hookah. And then you got to buy the drinks. So if you try to talk to a girl, she going to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Buy me a drink, this and that, so forth. Buy me a drink for my girls. Like, you go over to their booth. You might have Shit is crazy. Like, I ain't gonna even say you might. I've experienced it. Girls over there, they got a booth rented out. You can't go over there and just try to talk to one of them. They're gonna be like, yo, you need to buy drinks for all of the girls, all my girls here. Man, that shit is crazy. Ain't nobody dancing. There's no dance floor. So what kind of entertainment is that? You go to Great Adventures and the little teenagers is running around buck wild and shooting and shit. They just opened Great Adventures, just opened it up for the season. Teenager, you motherfucker, they had to shoot it for cops, had to shoot the fucking goddamn teenager in there. Come on, man. BBL's walking around. Chicks got fake asses, fake lips, fake this, fake that. Fucking orange, green, purple, yellow, goddamn hair. I seen it myself. I seen it for myself. And that type of behavior is not just in the hood. They'll take that shit to Buckhead in these fancy ass restaurants. And act and have the same type of hood mentality. And they don't change. I've seen stupid shit go on in fancy ass restaurants, and I'm like, yo, my nigga, what the fuck? But see, maybe, just maybe, I'm spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Cause I this type of behavior I've never seen in my life. I've lived in New York, I've lived in Glen Cove, Long Island, Jamaica, Queens, Brooklyn, New York, and Durham, in North Carolina. I lived in Durham, North Carolina, Raleigh, Greensboro, Charlotte. And I can tell you, out of all of the places that I've lived, I've never seen that type of behavior. And I've seen the hoodest of the hoodest. But maybe the type of hood that I've seen had somewhat of class to it. Not Atlanta. Atlanta is the home of broke ass Instagram models. They got 100,000 fucking subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, but they sleeping on somebody's couch. And they wake up every fucking day. Straight up, they did a story about this shit where women would go out on dates just to eat, because that's how broke they are. And let's not forget the niggas. When niggas is living in U-Haul trucks. Yo, this is my word. I'm not even pulling this guy car because I don't even know him. Yo, every time I used to go, I forgot that damn, what is that Kroger's right not too far from Piedmont Park. Fuck. It was a Kroger's. I used to go over there. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what they had, but it used to be like shit that certain Kroger's had some good shit. Like, I'm a vegetarian, so I had to go go everywhere to get some, get some fresh produce or whatever. I forgot what they had over there. It was probably they had the best apples or some shit. Every time I used to go over there, I'm not lying, used to be this guy sleeping in his motherfucking car. That ain't nothing new. That's normal to see niggas sleeping in their fucking car in a parking lot. Or niggas, nowadays motherfuckers is renting U-Haul trucks and they've been evicted. You know what I'm saying? There's over 80,000 evictions that occurred this last year. You know what I'm saying? In 2023. You know what I'm saying? So niggas that put all their fucking damn furniture and all that shit inside a fucking U-Haul truck, and they just driving around with their shit in the U-Haul truck and parking and shit and going to sleep in the motherfucking truck. Or let's not talk about the motherfuckers, the men and women that have rented out storage places. And in reality, they actually live in the storage place that they rented out. And people have gotten caught like that. I'm not making this up. I'm not. So if you want to go down there, be my guest. If you're a superficial person, materialistic, you know what I'm saying, you corporate and all the rest of that, you don't give two shits about, you know what I'm saying, I guess the field niggas, so to speak, that's what we are. You willing to sell out? You willing to motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Y'all kill me. Why y'all gotta change the name, my nigga? Y'all gotta change the name to the hairstyle. Okay, it's cool, you can wear it, but stop calling it a Caesar cut. Do you know what the Romans and Greeks were? They were pederast. And there's a particular reason why you would get a Caesar cut. Do the research on it. And if you don't throw up after you do the research on a Caesar cut haircut, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you belong in Atlanta. If you consider yourself as a Greek, part of the fraternity, you know what I'm saying, your sorority and all the rest of that shit, you're going to be okay. In Atlanta, if you boule, okay, you great. But if you have any type of concerns for your people, you ain't going to make it. I've seen so much shit. I have literally. Like, I don't believe in the Bible like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to get into it, but you know, the Bible is a watered down version of real stories that really, really happened. One thing I can say, when they talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, please, I know places like that exist because Atlanta is the modernized version of it. I thought New York was, and it is. That's the white modernized version of Sodom and Gomorrah, but that down in Atlanta, that's the black version of it. Real talk. So that, to be real with you, you know, if you one of those people that's just shallow and, you know, you all about self and you got your own little small clique going on, you know, because I hear this in the comment section of the videos that I make about Atlanta all the time. Man, you must have not made it because you don't know nobody. You ain't connected. Something must have happened to this man. He all getting all mad and upset and this and that, so forth. And my people are doing this and my people are doing that. Well, you may have a small clique and your people is just your people. And you don't give a fuck about the rest of the black people. As long as your little small clique is doing good, you're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? And I hear this also in the comment section of videos that I do about black people, videos I do about Atlanta and Charlotte. People say, man, you always stressed and this and that and so forth. Man, please, miss me with that shit. When the camera cuts off, I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. Straight up. I live a great life. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say I live a great life, because I control my time. I won't give it up for the world. I control my time. And yeah, I may not have the best things. Woo. As the country folks will say, Lord knows. You know what I'm saying? I may not have the best things. I may not be in a Tesla. You know what I'm saying? I may not be in a BMW, and this may not be a Mercedes Jeep, but none of that shit. I may have on a $3 toboggan or a Scully, Old Navy pullover. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, you know, I forget to shave the side of my face. Yeah, true indeed. I need a retwist, but I'm never going to get it. Because it's my hair and I do what the fuck I want to do. I'm happy. Because I don't live for people. That's the point that I'm trying to make to you. When you go down there in Atlanta, you living for everybody. Down there in Atlanta, everybody want to be seen and heard. I don't. I'm a hell of a man. God damn it. Because I control time. I control my time. And I know what matters the most, and that's family. Straight up. Motherfuckers talking about some I'm stressed. You should see me when I'm in the bed with my... She takes all that stress away if I do have it. Get one. Get a real one. Then come talk to me. You should see, if you say that I'm stressed, you should see me playing with my children. Like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, while y'all motherfuckers at work, running in that fucking gerbil wheel. Running! Since I'm so stressed. Yeah, man. I don't need it. Just need a little bit of this until it's over. If you get what I'm saying. Just need a little bit of this, a little bit of fiat notes in order to pay my bills and do what I gotta do. Don't need nothing extra. Don't need no Gucci belt. Don't need to go to Lenox Mall. Don't need to say I got a Bowman shirt on and how much it costs. I don't need to rent cars in front. For who? Don't need it. If I spend some money, it'll be on my health. You know what I'm saying? Just ordered a couple packs of Seymour, some real shit. Not that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Some spirulina. You know what I'm saying? I ran out of maca root. Got to get some of that. You know? Feels good waking up early in the morning. Not having to go to work. Early in the morning. Working out. And as I'm finishing on my last set, I'm seeing people running. I gotta hurry up and work out because I gotta get to work. While I'm walking to the sauna in the steam room. Don't get it twisted. I'm a good actor. I make you think I'm stressed out. But when you meet me, please. Well, yo, what's up? You want a picture? Oh, cool. Come on. You got the kids with you? Come on, let's take a picture. Life is good. When you don't live in this artificial world. It really is. Straight up, it's the truth. It's the truth. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. That's real talk.